Aboard!
Hello, Skywatch Worldwide and the Herd YouTube. I always wanted to do that. If you're not aware, that was a little homage to one of the greats out there. Shout out to Manny Skywatch. In fact, if you are not subscribed to his channel and you've never been to his channel, stop this video right now. Go look up Manny Skywatch and devote some hours to catching up on his research, because talk about a guy who does it right. So hopefully he's watching this, and hopefully you're watching him and his channel. And yeah, please see my featured channel list on the side of my YouTube channel, because each one of those were handpicked and they are awesome. I got about 12 up there. Sorry I couldn't put it to 50 that are really awesome, but the 12 up there are definitely in the top tier. Now, back to the Strange Sky project. I want to have a better rapport with my audience as this channel is growing. So first off, let me say thank you so much. Everybody who's subscribed, everybody who's participated, anybody who's even watched a minute of my videos. I truly do thank you. I've been humbled by the responses, and just grateful for the community that is arising out of nowhere and creating something I think pretty powerful. This video I'm entitling A Word to the Wise. Because if you made it this far to this channel and you're still listening to this video, it means you have an open outlook on this world, and you're open to the possibilities of this reality and what it has to offer. And in my book, you're definitely wise. So back to what I want to do with this video. I want to have a better dialogue with everybody, because I know I can create videos and I can get creative sometimes, and I think that in that process something's lost if I don't have a relationship with people. And I think once I'm able to share my perspective, my story, and my reasons for this channel and the videos I produce on it, I think it'll give everybody a better context, not only for enjoying the videos, but for understanding them. Because one thing that I've definitely come to learn in this process, in this life process, is that everything in this reality, everything that we experience, is so far more complex and more shocking and unbelievable than anything I could have ever imagined when I started this journey, probably some 15 years ago. In fact, this is as good a place as any to tell you about that journey. And so hopefully with that you get some context to what I'm doing here and what you're seeing. I was always interested in conspiracies. Probably 9/11 was the biggest event that sparked off a hunger for the truth and a just deep down hatred to be lied to be taken advantage of, and to be run through the ringer. And that's always stayed with me. There's no reason there should be different classes and one taking advantage of another. The idea of fairness is important. In fact, it's the basis of, I think, what humanity is. An equality and a fairness among people. But I get digressed. I'm from Los Angeles originally. And I say that because growing up in Los Angeles and spending my years there, I had no idea just how big and magnificent the sky was. I know it sounds crazy, but it wasn't until a recent move out to New Mexico about almost a year ago that I had full opportunity to see the sky in all its glory. And on my many trips back and forth, I became fascinated in the clouds, the magnificent clouds, and I'll tell you, I picked up my camera, which was an iPhone at the time, and I just shot and I shot and I shot, and I got videos and I got photos, and just was never ending. And doing that, as many people know who are listening, who themselves look up at the sky and see what's out there, I naturally started catching anomalies, things that were not supposed to be there, things that were happening that were just unexplainable, that didn't match the story that I've been told my whole life. And granted, these are things I'd never seen before, and so I was curious and interested in them. And as that progressed, more and more anomalies happened, and anomalies that were beyond the scope of what I was ever prepared for. If you've seen my channel, you've no doubt seen some of my videos and some of the entities that I've caught in the sky. Let me preface this. Everything on my channel was shot by me, personally. I have thousands of hours of footage. I have upwards of 50,000 photos. I have a lot of work put into the sky. I don't do as much these days because I rely on the stuff that I've done previously, and I don't want to become a slave to the sky. But I have this backlog that pretty much categorizes this whole new view of reality that I feel a need to share. I feel a need to share for many reasons. One being the truth and this idea of equality and fairness. It's not fair that there are people who keep the truth about not only our skies but our reality locked away. It's not fair that we have to be concerned about the weather and chemtrails and what is doing this to us. Second thing that pushes me in this channel is community. I am an unwavering believer that we are all going through this together. Just because some of us experience it and some others don't. And some of us are more open to the idea that the supernatural and the truth, the hidden truth of this world actually exists, and all the implications from it. It does not mean that, first off, we are going at it alone, and second off, that others aren't there with us, and it doesn't apply to them. No matter how remote you are, and trust me, I've done my best to become remote, I think I've learned pretty much that you need people. You need strong fighters on your side. Fighters that believe in you, first off, and fighters that are willing to go to bat for you. It's an early fear of mine that this channel would be ridiculed and put into a box and categorized of that chill variety, which I'm happy it's not, and I thank you guys for supporting me along this way. But it doesn't mean that there's a lot of other people out there who have their work and research, unfairly ridiculed. I think as long as we stick to the implications of our research, there's no reason why we can't all join together and benefit from the results and share in that discussion. So that's ultimately what I aim to do with it, is to create a dialogue and to explore this world in hopes that finding that truth will benefit us all. That's what this channel is going to do. And this is what hopefully you've seen it done, is that to look at these implications. It's not so much as knowing that something's odd. What does that imply? That this acts this way, that this acts this way, that something grows from nothing, or that the background where this entity travels in quote unquote, this dimension, why does it look like that? And what does that imply? It's about the bigger questions I see. It's not just about observing, cataloging, and calling it a day. It's about finding the reasons behind things. I was a philosophy major in college before I dropped out, which I'm not going to recommend dropping out to people, but looking back on it, I feel like I escaped the system somewhat. But the one thing philosophy did teach me, this kind of almost satanic doctrine, which is philosophy, because it negates anything spiritual and goes to logic. But it did teach me just reasoning, and that's very important. I don't subscribe to the same logical background where it negates anything supernatural, because I proved to myself, and hopefully I proved to you as a viewer, that the supernatural is real, and that supernatural things are happening, and these are them. And it's really a reasoning game. It's really us as a community that I think is important, trying to discover what the truth is. And that's the perspective of my channel, and that's what I encourage everybody who's already subscribed to continue participating and participate more. My email is thestrangesky@gmail.com. I encourage everybody to email me. I have this vision of creating some kind of community beyond YouTube, almost like a reliance network, where if not only just to have one step above YouTube communication, where we can, discuss information and ideas, problem solve, but also just be there for each other. There's nothing wrong, I think, in creating a network where if something happens, we can rely on each other, but if something doesn't happen, we can rely on each other. That's community. That's what I think it's all about. Us creating a community where we can rely on each other, rely on God, and encourage each other through this process that we call life in this reality. It's going to get a lot more fast-paced from here on out. I got a new computer that I'm finishing building, and once done, I did make a promise in some of my early videos that if you subscribe, it was going to be beneficial, because I have a lot of material to show, and I think at the moment I have 21 videos up. I have another 200, I would say, and so in the pipeline, each stranger than the next. Each. Just stay tuned. Trust me. One of my things that I live by is honesty and integrity. If you follow my channel, subscribe, and you participate, it's going to be worthwhile. With that, hopefully you enjoyed this word of the wise and some of these time lapses that I showed you, because none of that was normal, to say the least. And hopefully you got to see a good picture of it. Alright, one love. Love to everybody out there. God bless you. I encourage everybody, if they're not already, to seek Jesus Christ and read their Bible. And yeah, this is coming down on the come down, people. I'm glad to be on this ride with you. Let's roll.